Like you and your team are come on again, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I know the girls would love it.
Because I have a lot of questions here. No, this is fine. This is what's for people to ask questions.
Well, that's it.
This must be Australian people because Americans don't ask questions that much. So
you got to love the Aussies. We're inquisitive. We're inquisitive people.
Have you ever felt a presence that wasn't a ghost?
Are we talking like cryptid? Or are we talking demonic? Because that's something with the demonic stuff. Myself and my team always don't go to demonic.
I know, but have you ever felt that you believe that was demonic? Let's go that way.
Yeah,
that's a big topic over here too. So
yeah, exactly. Yes. In shortness, yes, I have. And the main thing is because the smell is it's like rotting flesh or a rotting carcass with egg, like rotten egg. And it's like, I've had it breathe in my face and I'm like, that is not a spirit. Like usually spirits, like they'll touch and it's, they're just inquisitive. They just want to interact. But when I was like, that's dark. Like, and that's not all the time. I want to put that out there because I'm very quick to rule out demonic activity. If you're a horrible person in life, that transfers to death. It's no different, right? So if you're not nice, it's not going to change. So I think a few people get confused with that. But where it's growling in your face and you can smell like death at its worst, yeah, I've had that. And I think honestly, in doing it for how many years I've doing it, it's happened to me twice that I can be like that, or 2 or 3 times that I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not a spirit, that's something else.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean it's demonic. It's just a non-human entity, I guess you want to call it too. I mean, it could be demonic, but I think people throw that word demonic around way too much around paranormal world.
Yeah. I agree.
We'll keep popping this out. Sharpie, advice for someone that has never experienced a paranormal encounter.
Keep an open mind. That is my advice. Keep an open mind. Don't shut it off. Be respectful is the biggest thing, because I promise you, if you're disrespectful, if you go to investigation, you disrespect that spirit, you're going to get 2 options. They're either going to be really cranky at you, and God knows what the outcome's going to be there, or they're just going to be like, well, why would I want to talk to you? You're making a joke of this. This was my life. Yeah. So be patient, be respectful, and keep an open mind.
Yeah, I mean, people got to remember too that spirits were humans too, and 90, I don't want to say 90, I don't want to put a percentage on it, but majority were respectful people. Nice. So they just want to be heard also. So don't get freaked out if something taps you on the shoulder. Yeah. No one's there. I mean, just say, what's up?
That's the best part of it, when you get a tap on the shoulder and you turn around and you think it's your team. Yeah. No one's there and you're like, well, just got tapped on the shoulder.
All right. Have you ever done a Ouija board?
No.
Why?
No. I've experienced Ouija boards. They're not for us. Our group don't use them. Do we put others down for using them? Hell no. No, go for it. If you want to, and that's part of your investigating technique, please do. We don't. Number one, we don't know enough about them to use them safely. Okay.
Right.
For us, it is a divination tool. It needs to be treated with respect and an understanding. We don't understand it. Therefore, we can't respect something we don't understand straight away, like a piece of equipment. So we don't use them for that. A lot of places that we investigate, they do not want it there. They will say, if you bring a Ouija board in, you will never be welcome back. So I'm like, okay, no Ouija board. I have experienced them on other locations and other tours. And hey, I'm all for it. If people know what they're doing and they're using it, go for gold. But I've also seen it go very bad, very quick. And I'm just like, oh, I don't think I want to watch this, whatever's going on. So each to their own, though. It's like any piece of equipment. You're still communicating with the dead. Every piece of equipment we use is opening a line of communication. So it's personal choice as well. And we just choose not to use them.
Yeah, over here, there's a lot of places that used to say no Ouija boards, no seances,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. It seems like the last 6 months they're like, we don't care. Then how did you come together as a team?
It's actually a really funny story, kind of. So individually, we've all of us have grown up in haunted homes. So from children, we've always been around, spirits and entities, and our family, our mums, our nans have always delved into the paranormal. We formed in 2024. We formed last year. So in terms of the paranormal team, we're a little like a baby in the Australian world. But we've been doing it for 10, 15 plus years individually. We formed, so Linda and myself are best friends, and we've been best friends for 20 years. My partner just got roped into it because she is my partner, and she's like, well, if I'm going to know about it, I may as well just get into it. But she's more on the background, like the back end, like the camera. She does the camera in our lives on our socials for us, and is more like, I'm not going to Arradale Beach or Beechworth. I draw a line at asylums and hospitals. You're done. Like, I'll do the nice ones. She says to me all the time, I'll do the nice. Then Ash and Alyssa, I actually met them because we both at the same time booked a overnight stay at Old Wellington Hospital, which was once a hospital used out in Wellington, New South Wales. And they booked a tour there, and we all stayed there overnight and did our investigations, experiments with Appy. And I just got chatting to them, and I was like, these people are really great. This was like in 2023. I'm like, these people are amazing. Like, where have they been? It was like a carbon copy. And look, Alyssa in our group, I like to call her my little pit bull, because she's just like, move, I've got us. Like, she's 5'5". She just has this attitude about her, like, no, I'm going, so I'm doing it. And love them all to death. Ash is the mum of the group, like literally the mum of group. She's like, all right, guys, like, let's, calm it down. Let's do this. Linda's our one who never experiences anything. We call her our grounder. So if anything's going down and it's hectic, we all just grab Lou and we recenter. She's like our little zen. And then me, I'm just a cruisy one. I'm just like, yeah, all right, guys, yeah, no worries. So yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that. But yeah, so we all formed in different ways. And then Alyssa and Ash I kept in contact with on Facebook and didn't think anything of it. And then just one day I was like, hey, you want to do an investigation? They're like, yeah, no worries. And we started just forming, and NSP started well before them. But then eventually I was like, oh my God, I need these people here. Like, they have the same values, the same morals, the same outlook at the paranormal as I do, with their own opinions in it as well. And my best mate, Lulu, well, I call her Lulu, Linda. I rang her one day and I said, mate, we've been mates for 20 years. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, do you want to like jump on NSP's board? Like, I've taken you to some pretty gnarly places and I never thought to ask. And she's like, yeah, man, I'd love it. So now all five of us go away. We're based in New South Wales. We've been to Victoria, Queensland. Like, we're willing to go anywhere. Like, we're so excited about it. But we all come from very big different walks of life, different backgrounds, but together, like, we're a solid team. Like, I know my back is always being taken care of as much as I take care of the girls. So that's the biggest thing.
No, I mean, I think a lot of groups, not like that, but like they're puzzle pieces and they all fit together and make one puzzle. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it. But you need everybody can't be on the same page, and because that doesn't work. So it's cool. Like, but you got drawn to the other two people. Just kind of like doing an investigation. You get drawn to something and it fits. So no, that's cool.
Yeah, that's it. And that was a perfect way of explaining it. It's the best puzzle piece that I've ever put together. And I love these girls. They're like my family. Like, before I come on here, I'm like, I'm nervous, I'm this, I'm that. And, Linda's like, dude, just calm down. It's going to be all right. And then you've got Ash, and she's like, mate, you're fine. You can talk underwater. And then you've got Alyssa, who's like, do I need to reach through the phone and punch you in the face to calm you down? So, like, we're all different kinds of walks of life, and I love them to death.
It's a big topic here. I was just talking about this with some coworkers.
Yep.
Do you own a haunted object?
I'm like, not in my equipment, no, because my equipment within the cases, I've actually got protection crystals and little vials of protection in the cases. So I'm like, we're just getting rid of that as soon as you get in. Within my home, no, because my partner would absolutely murder me, and then I would become a spirit in my own home. So I have in the past, yes. I've got an obsession, like, it's probably really weird, but like I love knives, and I love old knives, and I like to put them in like locked containers, and so the world we live in, so no one can get them. And I went to an antique shop and I brought one, and I was just so it was a little pen knife, the little flick out knives that you used to open your envelopes with. The ladies would open their envelopes. So it was about that big. It was a mother of pearl. I brought it out in the bush of Australia at a little antique shop, and I was obsessed with it. I thought it was the best thing in the world. But I brought it in the house and everything changed. My keys would go missing. The pen itself the box would unlock and unlatch. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'll latch back up, move the keys away, and it come back the next day. The keys are open, the latch is up. And then my mate's like, dude, like, were you walking upstairs? And I'm like, mate, I'm out at a mate's place. And she's like, no, someone's walking upstairs. I can hear someone in your room. I go, like, just go have a look at the knife box. She's like, the knife box open. So I was like, so eventually I got rid of said knife. I actually gave it to one of my mates, and she's like, give it here, I'll take it. So her house is full of them, full of haunted objects. So whenever anyone has anything, usually, and they're like, this is haunted and I don't want it in my house, I'll take it. I'll give it to my friend. She binds it but keeps it in the house. So yeah, I've unfortunately once I have, but I've got an obsession with antiques as well. I love history. So I always buy antiques, and every time I bring an antique in the home, my partner Megan's like, are you sure there's nothing on that? And I'm like, no, it's good. It's an old cigarette container. And she's like, so yeah, no, not myself. I don't think any of the girls have a haunted object either, because same, like, they don't have anything in there. And we all cleanse our houses constantly. So we're like, no, thank you, to the window, to the wall, get out my house. But yeah, I do have a few friends who have an obsession. One of my friends, Anthony and Mon, actually got a replica of the Annabelle doll. And that Annabelle doll's not allowed in the house anymore. It remains in Anthony's office. So that's an interesting discussion when we bring up the Annabelle doll. But Mon quickly got rid of that out of the house.
Yeah, I mean, haunted dolls is huge over here. Like,
yeah, I've seen TikTok pages about haunted dolls, and like, look, I'm not a big fan of dolls, because I think, like, imagine them getting up in the middle of the night and their little legs like, like, I'm like, no. Like, I'd choose you as a football mate. I'd kick you across the room. But I do see a lot of people, there is a big push and a big obsession with haunted dolls, and I'm like, hey, power to you, but that thing ain't coming in my house.
No.
And what do you think that's from? Do you think that's from, like, Annabelle herself, like the hype around Annabelle and Robert? And
I love Robert, but I mean, I think Robert looks cool as hell. But I mean, no, I mean, I don't know the reason. People just get that feeling that they're haunted.
Yeah.
I had one girl on here that collects haunted dolls, and at first I was like, oh man, I don't know how this discussion is going to go, but she was cool as hell. So, but I asked her, like, how do you get a haunted doll? And it's like it's off Etsy. Like, people sell haunted dolls on Etsy, and you go through them and you get that feeling. Then you go back the next day, and if you get drawn to that doll, then that's how you buy it.
Wow.
But
Okay.
why would you want to buy a haunted doll? I don't know. It's not for me. I mean,
Yeah. No. Not
I mean,
not me either. But I tell you what, if I ever stumble across or someone hands me a haunted doll, I'll be like, 1 second, I'll just get in contact with Ryan. And I'll be like, Ryan, what do I do with this thing? What's that lady's address? Give me something here. But
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
no.
not gonna lie. I probably throw some rounds in it. I'm not gonna lie. That thing started walking at me. It's going down.
Oh,
Oh, okay, so that's haunted object. All right. If you ever heard a noise and you're alone, what is your first thought?
let's debunk this. That's my first thought that goes through my head.
Yeah.
If I hear a tapping, I hear a door slam, I hear some creaking or moaning, I'm like, okay, is the building settling? If it's a wooden building, you've got to take into effect the windows, the walls, the floors, they will all crack and creak as they settle. Because if it's hot during the day, the wood expands, and at night it subtracts because it's cold. So I'm currently going through my head trying to debunk it. It's only when I've ruled out absolutely everything that I'm like, that's different. Maybe that is something. And then I put that in the memory bank, or I'll write it down or mark it up in case our videos capture it or our digital voice recorder captures it. But I always try and debunk first before jumping to paranormal. But yeah, when there's like someone like shouts in your face or like a growl or something, you're like, well, how do I debunk that when it's here?
Yeah.
So, your brain's still trying to, like, well, mine does anyway. Like, I always try. Like I said, skeptical believer. I don't believe it until I know it happens, or I can see it happen, or I've tried to reason out everything and there's no reason to it. So I always straight away debunk first and then try and validate later.
Okay. Let's say you scratched everything off the list. It's paranormal. Then what do you do?
Then I'm looking for evidence. So if I've gone, okay, that's paranormal, I want to see, did my digital voice recorder pick it up? Did one of my GoPros pick it up? Did one of my trail cameras pick it up? Did the video camera pick it up? Did anyone else hear that? Can I verify if someone comes to me and goes, did you hear that? And I'd be like, well, what did you hear? Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to collect the evidence behind that without just going, yeah, that's paranormal. Like, I like to know there's evidence behind it. And a classic example is where were we? We were at Canamble. Okay, Canamble has the Bucking Bull. It's a mad pub built in the 1800s. So there were two suspicious deaths there, built in the 1800s. Second floor was built in 1924. So Alyssa had come downstairs and we left something upstairs. So she's gone upstairs and she thought she heard me yell out to her, not realizing I was downstairs. She's like, yeah, mate. Nothing. No response. And she's come downstairs and I've popped my head around the corner and I'm made a jump back. She's like, what are you doing down here? And I'm like, I thought you were calling me, so I've come to find you. And she's like, yeah, I was calling you up there. And I'm like, no, I heard you down here. And she's like, what? How? And I'm like, let's just put that down to we don't know what happened there. But also at Wellington when we were there, I thought I heard someone scream. So I've just gone thinking it was someone else on the tour. I'm looking around and everyone bum rushed in and said, oh my God. And everyone's like, what? And they're like, did you hear that scream? And everyone heard it at the same time when it happened, and it was caught on someone's digital voice recorder, not mine. I wasn't carrying one that night. So that was quite predominant. But yeah, I try and find the evidence behind it as well, just to back me up.
Okay. What's the most famous place you've been to? It's a loaded question, but
yeah. I think the most famous place that people would probably know would be. It's hard because in each state, it's different over here. I'd say possibly people would know about Q Station or the quarantine station in Sydney. Is what a lot of people do know, because obviously Sydney Harbour, Sydney Bridge, Opera House and Harbour Bridge. So people usually know about the quarantine station, or what as we know it as is Q Station. That would be the most famous, I'd say, that people would know of in Australia.
So Callan, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Callan. She throw a lot of questions out here. So what's the difference between a ghost and a demon in one of your experiences?
Difference between a ghost and a demon, a ghost is living, or not living, sorry. A ghost was a living person. A demon is not. It's just an entity that's never walked this earth, whereas a ghost has walked this earth. That's the easiest way to put it in basic terms without going right down a golden path, which let's not do today. And I've experienced both. But also I'm not quick to say anything's a demon or demonic. Am I quick to say that that's a bad spirit? What I mean by bad spirit is that person was not great in their living life. So when they've moved to the afterlife, they're malevolent, they're horrible. They might be deemed evil because they did evil acts while they were living. So, but yeah, the easiest way to think of it is demons usually like an entity that's never walked the earth, and a ghost or a spirit was a living person, and that's the easiest way to put it. But then again, what I'm saying is what I believe. There's very many and very vast opinions about this topic across the paranormal field, and that's what I love. Like, I talk to people from around the world and different investigators, and everyone's opinion is different. That's the joy about the field we're in. So many different opinions.
So let's talk about that real quick. So you have demonic and you have regular entities, used to be living human entities. I don't think I've ever ran into demonic. I've run into assholes.
Yeah.
Spirit. Okay. Yep. So, and there's a huge difference between those a-hole spirits and demonic. How fast do you think you can figure out the difference?
Look, I'd like yourself. I don't just go, oh yeah, that's demonic. Do you know what I mean? I'm sussing it out, and sometimes it takes me the entire investigation to suss said demon out, which could be an hour, it could be 4 hours, it could be 6, because I'm already trying to work out and establish, are you just fronting this way? Are you just snarling and growling just to be an ass? Or are you definitely demonic? So it's like I said, I've experienced probably 3 times maximum in my life. The time I did experience it, it's weird to say, like, when you're around a spirit or a ghost, it's almost like you can, I feel like that you can connect. There's like a connection because there's that human element, because they were a human at one stage. Whereas I feel like I can't, it's almost like a void when I've been around them. Like, I can't connect, I can't understand, I can't, I don't know what I'm experiencing, or like, there's language I can't understand. Like the mocking of the Holy Trinity is a huge one. Scratching in threes, knocking in threes, the breaths, the growls, just that the whole environment changes. But then again, I'm making sure that a spirit who was living, who was not nice, is not mimicking said things that demons do. And like I said, probably 2-3 times max in my life have I experienced it. And that's why a lot of us girls within the group are the same. We don't always jump to demon. Yeah. It's very rare. But it does, for us, it takes us longer probably than someone, like an exorcist in the Roman Catholic Church, because we're like, no, like, let's like push that to the side, but we're going to keep it in the back of our head, but we're trying to assess to see if it is or not. And do you know what? 90%, 95 or 99% of the time it isn't. It's just someone who is a horrible person who's still a horrible person in death.
I mean, it's weird because, like, you're talking like a regular person that's not paranormal. Jump scaring people is funny to people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So even a regular person who's going to get a scare out of their best friend, if figured out they could do it in the afterlife, why wouldn't they do it?
Oh, well, that's exactly right. That's why you've got to take the time to get to know, like, your surroundings, get to know who that person is, like, you know. And it's good if you're on a tour as well. Listen to what your guide's saying, because they will explain a lot of things, and they might explain that situation to you. Like, I've always made it a rule, no one's to jump scare me, because, like, I come out fist flying. Like, I hate being jump scared. But the funny thing is it's like the spirits know, like, especially in one of the locations we investigate, they know I hate being jump scared. So they will literally, like, jump scare me, and they'll literally grab, like, they'll pinch my bum because I know it freaks me out. So I'll be walking and everything's fine, and then I'll feel a bunk, and I'm like through the roof because it's silent. So they'll usually smack their foot on the ground and pinch my bum, and I'm up in air. So it's quite funny. I hate jump scares. So everyone out there, or like my group, or anyone decides to carkhead and go to the other side, please don't jump scare me. Like, I'm not good. I jump scare myself enough around mannequins. Like, I hate mannequins on tours and investigations. Hate them.
I mean, I have 3 rules pretty much in my group. You don't jump scare, you don't fake evidence, and no drama.
Yep.
You do any of those 3, it's one strike, you're out. I'm sorry. Like, that's just the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you believe there are pets that are spirits? We'll start with that, then we'll go with the other one.
I do believe that. Alyssa in our group we actually hired an Airbnb for my 40th, and she actually saw a spirit of a lady walking through the house with her pet cat. She actually saw the cat and the tail, and she thought, oh, God, who's this person come in the house? And why is there a cat? Because Meg's highly allergic and T's highly allergic to cats. Like, you know, why is there a cat in this house? So, like, I do believe that our pets are around us because they still have a soul. Do you know what I mean? Like, they still have a soul. Like, I hope my pets, when my 2 girls pass away, they're my fur children. I love them very deeply. But when they pass away, I hope they do come back around because they fill that void for you. Do you know what I mean? And if they are attached to a location or they're attached to you, there's no reason that would stop. So, like, I do believe, like, pets are in spirit. It's a lot of research has been done into it to show that it does happen, and people have caught it many times. Go on YouTube, look up ghost pets. They tend to be around.
Do you believe pets and babies can see? I'm trying to word this right. Are more sensitive to ghosts and spirits?
Yeah. You know why? Because they're pure. Babies don't have that filter like we do as adults, where they're like, we're told, like, and it depends if you're raised, you know, in a religious family, you know, you're taught is heaven and hell, and that's it. There's no limbo, there's no spirits, there's the Holy Spirit, that's it. Or, you know, when you start to get older and you start to tell your parents, hey, like, I've seen, you know, grandma standing at the end of my bed, they shut it down because they're fearful, and they're like, I don't want to know that. Like, that didn't happen. You were just dreaming. Babies don't have that because they don't have that comprehension of understanding or right and wrong at such a young age. And same as pets. Pets are pure. Like, that's my belief. They're pure. They haven't had that stain of adults being like, oh, no, that didn't happen. It was just a dream. So, yeah, I do honestly believe they do see them. I've seen kids laughing at a corner and there's nothing in said corner, but they're cacking themselves. Like, my cousins used to do it when they were young, and I'd laugh because I'd be sitting there going, oh, I wonder who you're seeing then. Do you know what I mean? So, and I'd never stop them. And, like, when my family or friends' kids talk to me about it, I'm just like, well, you tell me what you see. And then they'll tell me what they see. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, okay, good chat. I'm going to play Lego now. And I'm like, okay, yeah, great chat. See you later. Like, just it's pure. They're not tainted.
Oh, we're going right into skinwalkers. Do you know what skinwalker is?
Yes, we have them as well.
Okay.
Well, supposedly have them, but yes, okay, go for it. What's with the skinwalker question?
Do you believe in skinwalkers?
Yeah, I do. I've never experienced one over here, but we have had them. Here there's more of a culture, like a cultural Aboriginal belief around that. I've never experienced one in Australia that I can say 100%. That's a skinwalker. Am I obsessed with America's skinwalkers? You betches. Like, I'm just like, I need to know. Like, so especially like when us girls will get together, we sit and watch the paranormal till like 3 a.m. So this one night, we decided to go down the skinwalker rabbit hole. And let me just say, that rabbit hole extends quite vast through America. And especially with the Native Americans, like we were just so intrigued. And I was just like, oh my God, like, and the Appalachian Mountains, that's a whole story in itself. Like, I need to get to the Appalachians. But yeah, like the skinwalker and the experiences people have with them, I'm like I'd need an incontinence aid. I'd need a nappy if I experience something that someone has experienced. And like these people are like, police, Native American elders, like, people who are genuine, no nonsense, this is what it is. And like then you've got people who like living out on like, I don't know what you call them over there, like compounds, like heaps of housing together that experience different things. And they're like, you got to shut your door at night. You ignore the scratching on the wall. And then they'll be like, well, first you see a deer and then you see a wolf and then the wolf's turned into a bear and then the bear turns into a human. And I'm just like, wow, like so invested in it. But yeah, like, hey, I don't rule anything out. This world's huge. This universe is huge. Anything could go. But I believe in it, but I'd like to see it to believe it. Do you know what I mean? See it from the comfort of a window behind, a locked door.
Yeah, I mean, we have skinwalkers, Bigfoot, Dogman, Mothman. I mean, there's skunk ape. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff over here. So, like cryptid-wise, what do you guys have over there?
We have the Yowie, so it's kind of like Bigfoot's cousin, hairy man, also known as the hairy man. We've got we've also, what they deemed as a myth, it actually was called the Tasmanian tiger. It's extinct, or they believe it's extinct now. Yeah. And that is, it looks like a dingo cross tiger cross. It's just this weird looking dog thing is the easiest way to explain it to people. But you can look it up. It's called Tasmanian tiger. And people do believe that they're still in existence. So we've also got them. So we've got the black cats or the big cats of the mountains where people believe that there's like panthers, like black panthers up in the mountains. And that has taken off a lot lately in regards to the cryptids and the cats and things like that. I am still busting to find a Yowie. I don't want to be face to face with said Yowie, but I would love to see one. But yeah, it's we don't have heaps and heaps and heaps of like, like mythical, but like if we're talking to First Nations mythical creatures, then I out of respect don't speak about First Nations, but we've grown up with our whole lives. But there are stories that the Aboriginal people do pass down through their story times and their storytelling about, different mythological creatures and things like that. So it's pretty wild. But the Yowie's our biggest thing, and the cats. Like everyone wants to see a black cat, me included. So
What is your next location on your wish list? What do you guys
Port
have?
Arthur, Port Arthur, and Willow Court in Tasmania. That's my wish list. Everyone knows, and probably Willow Court Asylum, which is an old mental asylum down in Tasmania. So Tasmania is the little tiny island for everyone over there at the bottom of Australia, detached, but we still claim it. Okay, but it's a tiny little island. So that's the next bucket list. We all want, like everyone in the group wants to go Tasmania to do Willow Court, Dead Man's Island if we can, which is an island with just random graves on it from people from Port Arthur, because Port Arthur isn't just a tragedy that happened like 30-something years ago where we did have someone go and do a mass, I don't know how to put it in internet terms, where there was mass loss of lives. It was a convict jail way before all that happened. So that's the next on the bucket list. Fingers crossed this year. Fingers crossed.
I mean, you just got to do it, right? That's the whole thing. Like, so many people have bucket lists, and you only live once. So,
No, that's it. You never know when it's not going to be around, or something happens and someone buys something, and we're definitely going to get to it. It's just, again, working out the time when everyone's free, and just make sure we can get there. But it is going to happen, and I'm hoping I get heaps of photos and footage from that place. Yeah.
you'll definitely have to get some footage over there. So,
yeah, I will.
So let's talk about why you got into the paranormal, because I have my theories that have been not changing lately, but realizing of why I got into the paranormal. So we're going to cover that and we'll call it.
Well, when I first got into it, because I'm the same, my views in it have changed as of last year. I first got into it out of complete and utter just wanting to know what was there, what was on the other side. Why am I seeing these things as a kid? What was the stories behind this? And just inquisitiveness. Like, I was so inquisitive, and I genuinely am an inquisitive person. Like, I like to ask the why, who, what, how questions. So I started getting into it because I had a few friends who were like, hey, have you ever gone on a ghost hunt? Because they heard about me growing up in haunted homes and my family with the little gifts they had. And so I started just going on investigations, and then that bug hit, and I'm like, I need to do this. And then it's just recently changed, I'd say past 6 months, 7 months. After I lost my mum, it became more not such an inquisitiveness. It was more like, so I don't want to know about heaven and hell. That doesn't interest me. Like, I don't ever ask about God or hell or nothing like that. But it was just like, I've done this for so long, and now I've lost someone so close to me. What does this look like from across the veil? How do they communicate? So I want to know why they use static to communicate. I want to know why they're using like EMF fields or electromagnetic frequencies to communicate with us. How do they manipulate that? Like, it's gone to a who, what, how, why, more than inquisitiveness. And just kind of seeing what lays beyond the veil that is acceptable for me to try and find out about. So it's just it's weird. And now because I've done it for so long, and that passion is so ingrained in me, like, I'm like, I love it. I love being screamed at. I love being told to F off by spirits. Like, that's a great Saturday for me. You know what I mean? And I think also you got to remember, like, as investigators, we still have our 9-to-5 jobs during the week. When we go out on a Friday or a Saturday or Sunday, or whenever you go out to do an investigation, it's our way to decompress. And I know some people are like, well, that's a very odd way to decompress. But we get to go do something we're passionate about and we love. And then our brain resets and we're like, okay, and we're off again. And that's a big thing for us as well. Like, communicating with something other than living people and trying to get answers. It's great. It's a passion. It's a love. And it also allows us to spend time with our friends that we don't get to see every day. So it's a few different things for me. It's just, I think now, because the inquisitiveness has led to wanting answers, and because I'm so passionate about it, it's not a want to do it. I need to do it now. So that's my answer in a nutshell. Is I just need to do it because it's a passion.
Have you ever been scared of any ghosts or spirits?
Yeah, I think that's normal for everyone to you get scared. It's just a human reaction. You're in a dark, dingy place. You feel a hand. You're looking for your teammate, and that's not a teammate's hand. Or, it happens. It's normal to get scared. It's a normal human reaction. Anyone who's like, "Oh, I've never been scared," I'm like, "Well, that's great. Do you want a gold star?" Because I have been, and I'm happy to tell people I'm scared, and I'm happy to show people I'm scared because I want them to see I am a human being, I'm not a robot. Even though we've done it for all of us done it for not hundreds of years, because then we'd be on the other side, but because collectively we've done it for years and years. There's still going to be places that trip you up, and or a spirit that gets you, and you're like, oh, and you're freaking out. But it's not all the time, but yeah, it's normal. It's normal for it to happen.
All right, non-paranormal question. What do you do to chill if you aren't investigating?
I'm a mad gamer. I am a COD gamer, Call of Duty, PS5. Yep. I have I have mates I've gamed with for 14 years. So I also read. To decompress, I read a lot of books, usually true crime, paranormal, let's be honest here. But I also like spending time going for drives. Me and my partner and my dogs, we get in and we just go for a drive just to decompress away from the paranormal. But also go out and do normal stuff, like go hang out with mates at the pub and, have a feed and have a beer, a brew every now and then. But yeah, just normal things. But yeah, gaming is my second love.
That's what I'm doing after this. So
yeah, exactly same.
New DMZ is supposed to come out this year, so
yeah. And have you seen the new map? That's going to be insane. I don't know how they're going to do it, but hey, we'll see.
I'm on Battlefield right now, so.
We were going to, and then we all went to BO7, and we're doing Endgame at the moment. So
yeah,
we'll see.
No, that's another thing though. My wife always asks me, "Why do you game?" I'm like, "Because it's just I don't think about anything. My job is, I work 60 hours a week. It's not a problem right now. I just not thinking about it." So
anything you can do to decompress your brain. Do you know what I mean? It's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Or listen to 12 hours of recordings. It's all the same. Is that Kaylin? Kaylin. Do you know Kaylin? Because she's asking a lot of questions here.
Is it Kallen? Callan?
That's Kallen Sharp.
Yeah. Guess what? That's my cousin. Hello, Callan.
Man, she's asking a lot of questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where I see myself in 5 years is basically doing what I'm doing and just being out more in YouTube and traveling. We want to go overseas. So we want to connect with people in different countries, either podcasts, going overseas and catching up with groups 100%. I know when I go to America, I'm going to be like, "Hey, Ryan, it's that annoying Aussie chick. I'm coming over. We want to go somewhere." So
I'll see you at Waverly.
Yeah, that's it. See you at Waverly, mate. 2 hours, get in the car. I've traveled 200,000 kilometers.
Travel 18 hours, I'll travel too.
That's it. So, yeah, we eventually in 5 years want to be able to go overseas and do some overseas investigations and just keep up doing what we're doing and eventually getting this YouTube going so that it's a channel where people can interact and say, give us opinions like, why don't you do this? Why don't you go here? Why don't you provide this? So, yeah, we love what we're doing. And if we're doing what we're doing now in 5 years, I'll be a very happy woman.
we gotta get you and your team on again. I
Yeah,
appreciate this. This was fun.
man,
A
loved it.
lot more questions I have to ask.
Yeah,
A
book
lot of
us
stuff.
in, mate. I'll get the girls together. We'll scrabble together and we'll make it happen. I know they'd love it, and we're just gonna have to get a talking stick, and be like, all right, now you talk, and now you talk, because we love good yarn, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely we're happy whenever you want to organise it. We'll happily work it out as long as we're all available. Happy days.
Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, and again, appreciate it. Can't say any more than that. So.
Nah, all good, mate. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been a rad time. You take it easy, eh?
You too. Thank you very much.